Hello everyone, I'm Kat with Artisan Designs by Kat, and tonight we're going to be making an in the pot swirl. I say tonight, it is now 2 a.m. So this morning we're going to be making an in the pot swirl. This is the time I'm awake, being a night shift nurse, so let's just see what happens. Okay, let's work on the in the pot swirl. I'm using the same basic recipe that I did last time. Well, I say basic, it has shea butter, cocoa butter, and pomace olive oil, lard, and castor oil. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, coconut oil. I've got 3 beautiful shades. I've got ultramarine pink that I'm going to be using. Really pretty. It looks almost purpley. I have titanium dioxide, which is going to make the white. Although in this soap, unfortunately, it's probably not going to be white. But we'll see what it turns out to be. And I have this gorgeous shade of antique silver. And I've gotten all of these at Starville. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. I've got all of these at Starville, which is local to me in the Tyler area. I have one of the reasons why my soap is not going to probably be the right colors is because I tried to put goat's milk in. That's what happens. I even froze it, and I didn't even use a lot of it, and I had it in cool water. Well, I used a lot of ice in it, and it still turned that lovely shade of curdled orange. I'm still going to use it. We're just going to see what happens with that, because this is the reality. If you're beginning and something like this happens, we're just going to go with it and see where the color takes us. The problem is the fragrance that I'm using is French Marketplace or something like that, and so it's going to totally discolor anyway, and so that's why I'm not as concerned about the lye being the shade it is. Next step, I'm going to be pouring the lye into the oils, and then I'm going to mix the silver and the ultramarine pink in these, and I'm going to put the titanium dioxide back in the main portion of it. So first we're going to mix the oil with the lye. Scoop this up just a little bit for right now so we can see what we're doing. I'm hoping the angle's a little bit better, because last time I know that it cut off some of my work. My husband was helpful in saying that he was really wanting to see what was going on, and he couldn't see everything. You hear my cats in the background. Yes, I made them high again. Trying to keep them out of the way of everything. I'm not sure if you can see what the colors are doing right now. Just kind of stirring it a little bit, trying to keep it from spilling. This is pretty tight quarters in this. I need to get a little bit bigger container. I can smell the fragrance because I put it in with my oils, because I always have a tendency to forget to put it in at the end. Okay, so we're going to hear the stick blender for a few seconds. Stick this in here. Just trying to get to an emulsion state right now. Starting to get there. Yep, I was afraid of this. It's already trying to trace, and I've barely. Okay, we're going to be moving fast, but that's okay. Maybe a drop and plop instead of a mix it in the pot. Swirl. I'd read that this fragrance oil does this, and it sure does. So French Market, yep. We're going to have like a glump soap. It is turning solid. I may have soap on a stick soon. These are the things you expect whenever you're making soap. See how thick it is? At least it smells good. So let's just move on with the plan and change it as we go. I'll use a different fragrance oil next time whenever I'm wanting to do it in the pot swirl. We're going to do a plop and drop. Or soap on a stick. Not really sure yet. It may end up gelling right here in this container. That's the fastest moving fragrance oil I've ever seen. French Marketplace. Smells great, but yeah, it's a floral. I looked it up, I read about it, so I kind of expected some bad things to occur. Here I am working quickly now. I'm going to pour this in, the silver, the ultramarine pink, and the titanium dioxide. So my guess is out of this, we're going to have a clumpy, well, mess, probably. We'll just see what turns out, see what happens. In new soapers, there's always ways to save things. So another option is just to let it gel in the pot. If you can't get it to work, just let it just go through its gel phase. Then you work it, and then it's almost like a hot process. But we're going to still work it. We're still going to make this work. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm hoping it's not an epic failure. But even if it is, it's a learning experience. Stirring, stirring, stirring. We're going to do a plop and drop. Lots of tapping in the meantime, trying to get the air bubbles out, because there's probably going to be tons of air bubbles in this. So how do we save, and do we freak out when these things happen? Nope. We just keep going, pressing through. Don't ever throw away your soap. It's not over till the fat lady sings. I haven't sung yet. Probably don't want to hear that either. Not a pretty thing to do. Okay. That's tough. I may have to do another set of, getting tired now. I may have to get another set of soaps going so you can truly appreciate the in the pot swirl. Right now, not so much. It is almost gelling right here. Okay. So, the beautiful in the pot swirl is not going to occur. It's still going to turn out to be pretty soap, hopefully. And look at this. I'm going to put it in the oven to make it more of what I want it to be. Actually, I might just do layers. I'm just going to do it in layers. Make pretty layers. Okay, let me pause for a moment. Sorry about that, didn't realize the TV had come on in the background. I'd probably be having better luck if I just put this in the crock pot and let it start cooking that way. But I'm still going to work this out. Probably be home soap. Filling this little cup, it is warm as all get out. So it's going through the gel process already. Just making my layers. Start with the silver. Oh, it's so good. Soap failure number 538. And why do I keep filming this, you say? Because it's going to happen to you and you need to know how to save it or what to do and to not freak out. And if it goes through the gel phase, it just, now or later, it doesn't really matter. It's all going to be the same. It's going to have clumps of colors in it, but and to make it better, my camera keeps shutting off, so we'll just soap on a stick. All these pretty colors. Not doing what they're supposed to. So yeah, I'm going to use a Love Spell for the next one because it's well behaved. It doesn't do all this. The colors come out like they're supposed to, and it smells so pretty. This is the first time I've used this particular scent. Like I said, I did my due diligence. I knew that it probably would do that, so I'm not surprised. Just wish it wouldn't have happened. But this will not be my fit for a queen soap that I was going to make. It's going to be a fit for a mess soap. What do you think? Good name for it, maybe? We'll see when we cut it, but fit for a mess soap. Maybe King's Ransom. They'll pay us to take it off of their hands. Working up a sweat, and I haven't even lifted up all the big oils in this episode. Okay. Can you see that? Where we're at? Kind of like cake icing. It's like maybe a royal icing now, only a lot thicker. So I'm just gonna layer it in. make it work. Even if it is a total flop, I'll show you what it looks like anyway. And maybe it won't be. Wishing I didn't have all these lovely colors now. Just a single color. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Now it looks like slightly melted crayons. Just using clumps. Yeah, we're gonna try those colors with the love spell. It does smell lovely though. It's a beautiful scent. Kind of got my cat's high for no reason whatsoever. May have to just give them more to make up for what I've done to them this time. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to pull this out. Once I get it through the gel phase in the oven, we'll get past a lot of things on it. And then we'll wait for the discoloration to happen and see what goes from there. I'd love anybody to make a comment on this soap and say, ooh, yuck, just so I know that somebody watched it. Just to see how I pulled it out. I was reading on one of my soaping sites that I watch or read on Facebook, and somebody had mentioned about their soap and how they thought they were going to throw it away. But then they cut it and realized how pretty it really was inside. And so, oh, now I've got like vanilla ice cream, it looks like. Really gelling vanilla ice cream because it's so hot. Oh my goodness. Let's just get through this. Yeah, I'll make you a new video tomorrow with the love spell. Have a little bit of the silver that came in there. Let's just make it even worse. Just making it worse. Don't even have soap on a stick. I have soap in a bowl. Just put water in it and dip your hands in it and you'll be able to wash them. And I am getting my workout today. So, what I'm going to do, y'all will probably be appalled. I think I'm fixing to use my fingers and mush it down. I've got gloves on, so it'll be good. This is why you wear gloves. Just never know what you're going to get into. Because gloves are the only way this is going to work out. This is ugly. It feels like lumpy mashed potatoes. I wish y'all could see this really, really well. I'm not sure you can, but yeah, mashed potatoes. That's kind of, that nobody used milk on really. They just kind of beat it up with just a tiny bit of water, and that's kind of how it feels, and that's what it looks like. So this is most definitely going to be a home bar. Well, I say that. Let's see what it looks like when it's done gelling. Okay, so I've got this kind of patted in. I can't really, beating it down is not going to help a whole lot. Swirling it isn't going to work because it's too thick. So I layered it. Hey kids, guess what you're getting for Christmas? Lumpy Bumpy soap. Maybe for my first soap giveaway. Think anybody will want it? Okay. Let me see what I can do with this now. Well, really doing the C-pop, it's not going to hold peaks and valleys too well. I'm just going to smooth it out. And probably what I'll do is get the planer after it and plane and bevel, make it as pretty as I can. But it still smells good at least, right? Okay. Got it somewhat smooth. I need to buy a Lazy Susan, I guess, huh? Put under it or make one. There we go. Probably the ugliest mess you've ever seen. French Marketplace soap. There you go. Woo, it doesn't even spill. It could be like a blizzard where you dump it upside down and it doesn't come out. Nope, doesn't come out. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'm going to have my oven. I have a warmer section on my oven, so I can put it at 160. I'm going to put it at 160 for probably about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to leave it in the oven for the rest of the night, and maybe it'll whip it into a little bit better shape, and it'll turn out prettier than we think it's going to. Other than that, I'm going to get these messy gloves that look like I've been playing with Play-Doh off, and we'll have to see what happens. Have a great night, y'all. Okay, I think I've decided on what I'm going to name my soap. As some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, I'm a nurse and I work the night shift. And I'm going to call that after shift. Okay, the explanation being, it's kind of like a night after, let's just say a couple nights ago, where you have 5 patients, 4 on isolation. We could maybe add in a worse of C. diff, or in my case 4 MRSAs with 1 with a VRE. I just want to say that thanks to all the nurses out there and the CRNAs and the nurse aides, the orderlies, and oh my goodness gracious, the laundry people, because that's a job I would never want, is the laundry in a hospital with all the people that, all the patients that we have. I'm just going to dedicate this soap to the people who love other people and just give their lives to take care of them, their backs, their bodies, and sometimes you want to burn your clothes when you come home. Anyway, so to all the nurses out there, I'm dedicating after shift, and I hope to make a before shift with the love spell next time. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you comment and just enjoy. Thanks. Bye.